Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Yeah, you know what it is. Hard worker, scrappy, unfiltered, and sometimes unhinged football content. Hard to explain, but you know it when you see it. Doing it daily our way. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Redraft and Dynasty Fantasy Football, we got you covered. You know their defense is ranked like 31st in the NFL? NFL draft prospects and rookies? Now you know you in the right place for that.
Absolutely.
All right, then stop saying it. Then we're done. And prop bets with my man Jay Rich.
Count that money, man.
Now wipe the crust out of your eyes, get you a cup of coffee. It's time to wake your ass up with Ray G. You honestly are making absolutely no sense and you sound silly as hell.
I mean, where the fuck should I really even start? Destination Devy is officially partnering with Mojo, the sports stock market. And I know what you're wondering. What is Mojo?
It's real simple. Pick a stock, aka the player. You can invest in over 300 NFL players, from the young rookies to the absolute superstars. Make your call. You think those players are going to be future Hall of Famers? Go long. If you think they're overrated and the bottom is going to fall out at any moment, short their ass to oblivion. You can buy, sell, hold these player value stocks. This ain't fantasy. We got real stats, real value, and these player shares entitle you to a guaranteed payout based on career-ending stats. And the best part about Mojo is it's non-stop action. No days off, no off season. The share prices of players rise and fall constantly in real time. Turn your sports knowledge into real money with Mojo, the sports stock market. I don't even know what the f*** I said, but I know the first part of this is good. Good morning, 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 good people. It is Friday, September the 23rd, 2022. Y'all decided to wake y'all asses up with Ray G. And for that, we appreciate you being here. Put the sponsors on the bottom. Prize Picks promo code Wake Up for a $100 deposit match for first-time depositors. They'll give it to you, baby. You want free money? Go to Prize Picks. Use it. We're making money every single Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all that good stuff. But damn, baby, it's a good day to be here, man. I'm feeling good. Got football this weekend. Jay Rich, what's up, big dog? How you doing, man?
You gonna let me in? I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
I was waiting on you to say something.
Man, Fizzle got me dying in the background. He's calling me DJ Drama. He wants me to hit him with the holiday season.
Holiday season. Drama.
You know, one of those.
Yeah.
Let me know if that was any good. DJ Drama. DJ J Rich. You know, but I'm happy, man. The game yesterday was good. Let me know about my DJ drop skills. I don't know if they're any good. I didn't get a chance to edit them. This is just off the cuff. But
okay.
I did what I could.
Right.
I did what I could for the people, you know?
Yeah.
Ray, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Y'all saw we partnered with Mojo. That's not the big announcement. That's just an announcement. But we partnered with Mojo, so we're going to be doing a stock market show over on the Mojo YouTube channel once a week. Probably going to drop on Mondays, Jay Rich. It's a really cool product, man. Like, I've been fucking around with it, and it's really cool. And then for those of us who actually like dabbling in the market, it's just, I went to look at it this morning to look at what George Pickens' price was, Jay, and it said the market doesn't open until 9 a.m. Eastern time. And I was like, yeah, this is kind of cool. Like, you can't just go in there anytime. It's like an actual market. But, man, stay tuned for that. But we'll talk about the Dynasty content, the new addition to the squad here after we get through the show. But yeah, let's talk Thursday Night Football real quick. The Browns and the Steelers, 29-17. Browns beat the Steelers. Jay, thoughts, quick takeaways from the show, because we got a lot of ranks to get to today. We got a lot of ranks.
Cleveland probably a little bit better than I gave them credit for. Nick Chubb, really good. Jacoby Brissett played phenomenally as far as I'm concerned, expectations. And the Steelers are bad. Like, Deontay Johnson got a ton of targets, which I think we were all hoping for. Yeah. George Pickens broke the internet.
Deontay is out there dropping passes, too. Deontay is out there dropping passes, man.
One was really bad. One, he was kind of getting hooked a little bit. I'll give him a pass.
Passes, man.
But, he dropped a pass. That's okay. I mean, people can talk about the drops when you get 11 targets. I believe it was 8 receptions, 86 yards. I'll take it, man. I'll
Yeah.
take it.
I didn't say good morning
He's
to the
good.
people, man. I gotta
You
gotta
did.
go back, man. Eric is in the building. Dynasty Barry, Marlon Cole, Kevin, Fizzle Dollars, John, Joe, Lindsey Mack, Ben Mason in the building. Alex is in the building. Just had to say good morning to some people, man. And y'all know sometimes we be a little late. Just relax. We're gonna start the stream. We ain't gonna leave. We ain't gonna do the show without you, man. You know we're gonna give you that gas, baby. But yeah, like you said, I don't know what you said, but Cleveland played well. Brissett played
David
well.
Njoku is the one I didn't get to, but
David
he's the
Njoku,
big one who showed up.
career
Yeah.
high in receptions last night. He had 8. Used the big athletic tight end. Amari Cooper still very good at the game of football. Najee Harris
Yep.
still running for his life. He is a grown man, but constantly running for his life. Cash the Najee unders every single week. Just in our rankings, man, we had him low. What do we have him as, like RB17 this week on the week? It was pretty low.
Exactly where he was pretty low though.
He was
yeah,
pretty
he was
low
pretty
in
low.
our ranks this
He was
week, and
14, not too bad.
14?
Not too bad.
Well,
But he scored, right?
he
Again, this is
scored.
where we talked about it the other day.
I don't even know if it
he
saves
scored.
you. I don't even know if it saves
Yeah.
you. I mean,
He was what, 50 yards? 50 yards and a
50
score,
yards and a
you know?
touchdown.
10
Yeah.
points or so because he caught a
Yeah.
couple passes. Not great, but this is what you expect from Najee. Flex viable, but not an RB2.
Over under games before we see Kenny Pickett, 2.5.
I think you got to go under at 2.5. I think you got to. I don't think they make it through 5. I don't know when their bye week is. I'll see if I can
when's
Google
that
that
bye
real quickly.
week?
But
Mitchell Trubisky, not very good, man. Not very good. Not very good.
not
Start
good
late,
is
but
an
leave.
understatement.
Joe said start
Jesus.
late, leave late, Ray. Damn, Joe. There's no
Shout
kind
out
of
to
grace.
T King mode, right?
Yeah.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Mitchell Trubisky. And
Shout
shout
out
out to Troy, LQ, and Sam Holt, who came on the stream at halftime, man. So make sure y'all tap into TL Fantasy Tuesday nights, 6 o'clock 6 o'clock Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. They did a halftime show last night. Really fun. They debated the George Pickens catch. Last one before we get to the ranks. Was George Pickens' grab better than Odell Beckham Jr.'s? Was that a better catch than OBJ versus the Dallas Cowboys? I don't think so either. You don't think
no,
so?
it wasn't.
No.
I think what people are underestimating here is that George Pickens is an excellent ball tracker and how important ball tracking is. It wasn't that the catch to me was like
The catch was dope.
groundbreaking.
Stop. Don't
It was a
stop.
dope
Don't
catch.
start this,
I'm
Obi.
not trying to downplay it, but I mean like Beckham's catch is it's way better in
I
so
think
many different
OBJ's
ways.
catch was better
But
as well.
but George Pickens showcased why he is such an excellent ball tracker. And I think that's what he showed on that play more than anything else.
he's a
His
beast.
ability to contort his body and know exactly where the ball is going to be and make the play.
He's a beast. All right. Got the schedule pulled up. Let's get into the play. So we've got we use our projection. Shout out to DFS and Donuts. Mitch Carl over at MySparry. We use all of MySparry's engine and data. They got a 10,000 simulation model. We use that in conjunction with some of the computer shit that we have to build out some weekly projections for props, for fantasy. We're looking at fantasy score today. So what's the setup? What are we looking at? It's just, I guess, standard PPR, 4 point per passing
so
touchdown.
the only thing is 4 point per passing touchdown
Yep.
is what people need to know. The rest is just straight PPR. No rushing bonuses, no tight end premium. We're giving you the bare bones ranks, right, to give you the most analysis possible.
Baseline,
and of course,
baby.
you tailor these ranks to your league, right? And then you go from
Baseline,
there.
baby. What do you want to start with? What position do you want to start with, Jay?
Do you want to run through the quarterbacks?
You want to
think
just go through
quarterbacks
the
is
top
an
12
interesting slate.
quarterbacks for the week and then talk about who's in, who's
Yeah.
out, who belongs based on the projections? Let's go. Let's go top 12 quarterbacks on the week. PPR, 4 point per passing touchdown leagues, fantasy points, projections right here. So on the week at QB 12, we got Kirk Cousins. The Vikings play. Who does Minnesota play this week? Who they
Detroit.
play, Jay?
They're
Detroit,
at
yep.
home against Detroit.
At home against Detroit. Should see some points in there. Got Kirk Cousins projected for 17.92 points. He's QB 12. Kyler Murray here, tied with Jared Goff at QB 10 and 11 with 18.6 points. The Arizona Cardinals, I think Kyler's matchup is pretty tough this week.
The
He's got
Rams.
the Rams, right?
Yeah.
And then Jared Goff, we talked about him versus the Vikings. Could be a sneaky shootout type game. Joe Burrow here at 9 with 18.94 projected fantasy points. Tua coming off of that 6 touchdown game, projected as QB 8. YOLO Wentz here at 7. Jalen Hurts, QB 6. Matthew Stafford should light up the Cardinals here at QB 5. Justin Herbert is, they said he's going to be okay, right? He's out there throwing the ball in practice. He's got the Jacksonville Jaguars, should have a good game versus Jacksonville. Patty Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen round out the top 3. Jay, what names stick out to you? These are our projections. What names stick out to you that are absent, who should not be up here? Where you at? with our top 12 quarterback rankings this week. No, Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook / Russell Wilson, same guy. Where are we at? Troy says Jalen Hurts should be top 5. I mean, shit, he's right there at 6.
I kind of agree with that, though. So to Troy's point, I think the biggest over projection that we have on the slate is probably Justin Herbert. At home against the Jaguars, favored by 7 points. I just don't expect a ton from him. We're still expecting Keenan Allen to potentially be back as well, right? Which could be a bolster to the offense. But again, it comes down to is like Justin Herbert. We saw him on Thursday Night Football. He did not look healthy. He did not look good. He made plays, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if we want to put him quite in the top 5. So I'm kind of with Troy there. I think that Jalen Hurts probably should be in the top 5. Wentz against Philly, little revenge game. We'll see. Then you have Tua up against Buffalo, so he should have a very positive game script in that regard. Murray could maybe be outside the top 12, Ray. I'm not sure where you are with that, but he's got that upside. And then you have Derek Carr versus Tennessee is kind of at 13, so kind of lurking in the background, potentially a guy who could come in the top 12 if he really lights up Tennessee. But again, a team that might just run the ball, unfortunately. Where are you at with these ranks? Is there anybody else that you kind of disagree with there?
I mean, I know some people are like, oh, Hurts should be 3, or this person should be 2, or this person should be 6. But if you really look at the scoring, I mean, the difference between Hurts and Mahomes, it's 2 points. So, it's 4 points per pass and touchdown. These are the numbers that the computer gave us, right? So I think they're okay. I do like the big, bold call that I like is Jared Goff's playing good football, man. Like, none of us are expecting him to be some savior for the long term. But when you've got DeAndre Swift that you can get the ball to, when they are still trying to take their deep shots to a DJ Chark, when Ross St. Brown is producing at the efficient clip that he is, and Jared Goff, you know what he's not doing is turning the ball over right now, right?
Yep.
And versus Minnesota, who Jalen Hurts went out there and just looked like an absolute neurosurgeon dissecting that defense and slicing it up. I think there could be a lot of points in this one. I'm pretty sure the implied game total for that one is quite high as well on the books.
52.5 over under. And Ray, another point about the Lions games. The Lions games are averaging 72.5 points total amongst both teams so far this season through 2 weeks. The highest amongst any two teams, like any team in the NFL. So the Lions are playing in the highest scoring games in the NFL right now. And they got another one in Minnesota. Minnesota scores more points at home. And like you mentioned, the 52-point over under. The only one that even comes close is the Bills-Miami Dolphins matchup. And again, that's because of the Bills, right? So we do expect a lot of points in this one. And that's why Jared Goff's in the top 10. People may be like, what the hell is Jared Goff doing there? But he's scoring like a top 10 quarterback. And it's a game that could see a lot of points. So definitely deserves to be in that top 10.
52.5 points, man. I'm following the money. A lot of people talking about Russell Wilson. Until Russ does anything, I'm not put Russ. Nathaniel
Hackett got San Francisco this week, right?
Nathaniel Hackett and the Denver Broncos look a mess. Jerry Jeudy's hurt. Russell Wilson's not playing well. They can't call plays. They can't manage the clock. I got to see it from Russ. I don't give a fuck about his name. I need to see you producing. And right now, he's not producing. There we go. Top 12 quarterbacks. What do you want to get into next, Jay?
I mean, we're talking about the biggest game of the week as far as points concerned. So why don't we just go straight to the RB1 on our projections?
No. We're not going to go RB1.
We're not going there?
13 through 24. We're not going RB1 yet. There's got to be some intrigue here. Slow your roll, baby. Slow your roll. Let's look at our RBs 13 through 24. So at RB 24, AJ Dillon. At RB 22 and 23, we've got a tie between Damian Harris and James Conner. We'll see how they do. Both of them projected for 12.25 points. This is PPR. Michael Carter here at RB 21. Dalvin Cook all the way down at 20. Javonte Williams, 19. David Montgomery, 18. Miles Sanders, RB 17 on the week. J-Rob, RB 16. Derrick Henry, falling from grace, RB 15. Najee Harris, how many points did Najee score last night? I think we were pretty damn close to this one, Jay. 14.4 points, him and Derrick Henry right there, and then Cordell Patterson at RB 13. What did Najee score last night? Do you know? Does anybody know what Najee scored?
I honestly don't know. I don't have Najee on any of my teams, so I'm not too sure.
You have no Najee Harris?
No, man. You know me. I F them picks. I don't got guys that can go in the top 5.
Man, all right.
I know. It's a damn shame.
Everybody's like, Dalvin Cook. Talk about Dalvin at 20, man.
Well, okay, Ray, can we get into some philosophy here? Because quickly,
Sure.
I think that this idea of getting Justin Jefferson the ball at all costs is really hurting the entire
I'm hearing
offense.
a lot of people say that, man.
Like they're talking about how, okay, he's in all these different sets, but that means everybody else is in these different sets. You got Adam Thielen, who is a talented wide receiver playing and running routes outside. And if he's not there anymore to where he can win outside, why is he playing outside? KJ Osborne is a player who isn't winning outside, but he's playing outside because they have to get Justin Jefferson in the slot so they can get him the ball. And you see the ramifications of it. And the Dalvin Cook thing is weird. I don't think it's going to be the norm. Like we saw that Philly ran really well against Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm not overly concerned, but again, his usage is questionable. And when there's just such a concerted effort to get Justin Jefferson the ball at all costs, I think it's hurting everybody else in the offense. And I think Kirk Cousins has complete tunnel vision, and maybe that's the coaching staff to blame. But through 2 weeks, it does not seem like it's been a good thing. When it went really well against the Packers, they smashed and they played really well. When everything went wrong, they looked horrible. And I think there's no in between right now. So I'm seeing what they look like overall.
It's interesting, man. One of the things that I've really learned, man, especially the fact that we are so much into betting now, Jay, is sometimes you see a number or a projection or a matchup, and the name doesn't fit the narrative, right? The name, you see the name, and you're like, this is such a good player. There's no way this player could go out here and be bad, right? And then you look at the data, and I'm just using the Justin Jefferson splits, right? Indoor, outdoor, home and away. And if we would have gone into last week and say, like based on our projections, like Justin Jefferson isn't a top wide receiver, right? It's like you're gonna play him. Like there's no doubt. We're not telling you not to play Dalvin Cook, but this is based on a bunch of shit, right? This is what he's
career
projected,
data,
like,
man.
and Jefferson did not perform, and that doesn't mean he ain't good. It's just sometimes there's matchups. These players ain't gonna smash every week. So when you're just looking at a week to week game, I mean, you got to take a confluence of factors into it. But yeah, I don't. I mean, the only one that I'm looking at, and I said all that, and I'm just like, it still seems low for Dalvin Cook at 20. But it is what it is, baby. Let's go to the top 12. What did you have something else to say? Go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna say the only guy that I think has a lot of upside compared to the rest of that group really is David Montgomery. David Montgomery is a guy that I think they're playing Houston this week. They're not playing a really good team by any stretch. So I think there's a world where he maybe could have a good game. Had a great game against the Packers as well. So we'll see. But yeah, that's really the only one. The rest, there are a lot of plotters, touchdown dependent guys. I expect them to kind of all be in this range. But I think Montgomery's a guy that could get some work done. Javonte's the one that everyone wants to be higher, but I get why he's in that range.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Top 12. And you laughed at me because I had DeAndre Swift as my RB1 this week. And then when we put it in the numbers, it came out as DeAndre Swift as RB1. So at 12, we've got Leonard Fournette, Kareem Hunt here at 11, 15.47. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 15 points. Antonio Gibson, RB9. Austin Eckler, 8. Aaron Jones, 7. CMC, 6. Saquon Barkley, 5. Nick Chubb, 4. Mixon, JT, and DeAndre Swift. Chubb had a good game last night. I believe he had a buck 30 something, buck 20 something, and a touchdown. So Nick Chubb, I don't know what he ended up with last night in PPR leagues, but I'm pretty sure this was pretty good. I think we're pretty much.
Yeah, he was right around 20 points.
Right around 20 points. So good. I feel good about that one. But I got Swizzy at 1, man. We just talked about the over-under in that game versus Minnesota. Philadelphia was able to do whatever they wanted, and the Detroit Lions are a good football team. They're playing well. I'm fine with DeAndre Swift over JT this week, man. I mean, it's 1 and 2, right? Those are two guys. You're starting both of those guys. When you're talking about the upside play, when I put my stuff in there before we even ran the model, Jay, who did I have as RB1 on the week for week 3?
You had Swift, and I laughed at you. I literally put it in the notes. I was like, Swift RB1, LOL, with a laughing face.
You laughed at me when I had Swift as RB1 on the week, but that's where I'm at. I'm following the game script. I'm following the money and the player, man. He's going to get his opportunities in the receiving game and on the ground. I like DeAndre Swift as my RB1 on this week, man.
So my only concern with Swift, and I just want to get your opinion on this, right, is the usage. And it's not that he gets great utilization of receptions versus rushes, but he's been breaking a lot of big plays, right? And that's obviously been really raising his value. Do you think that we should be expecting this weekly from DeAndre Swift? Because as you can see, 2 points projected over JT. JT does have Kansas City, which should be pretty tough. And then I'm praying to God Michael Pittman comes back because we saw the absence about him. And then Joe Mixon has the Jets. So obviously a very favorable matchup. He should be able to run the ball pretty well. We know he can catch passes out of the backfield. But again, you see DeAndre Swift up there at 1. with that, almost two or a full 2 points ahead of Jonathan Taylor. Do you agree with that? Or do you think the usage is, a lot of big plays, probably needs a touchdown to really get there?
Point is, they're right there, right? Like it's right there. Am I just like, this is what they're going to score? I saw somebody say Kareem Hunt only had 9. He was stopped at the 1 yard line. He scores that touchdown.
Yeah.
What does he have? 15, right on the money. I mean, nothing is for certain, but process over result. The process is right. He was at the 1 yard line. He had 60 something yards, tackled at the 1. He gets in the end zone. There's 15 points. Like, I feel good about it. Like, I feel great about it. As far as DeAndre Swift and Jonathan, everybody in this top 12, you're starting every last one of those guys. Even CEH, you're starting everybody in this list. You should feel good if you have these players.
Clyde's the one you're like, is he top 12? Is Gibson top 12?
You're starting all of them. I don't know if he's going to finish top 12, but here's the thing. So far in the season, Jay, go look at the top 12 running backs from week 1, and then look at the top 12 running backs from week 2. All shuffled.
No repeats.
JT in it for the first week, not in it in week 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook in there for week 1, not in there week 2. So, it's just so far the variance with these running backs so far early this season has been kind of Aaron Jones, not in there week 1, destroyed it in week 2. Like, you just go down the list, baby. Go down the list of these backs. Joe Mixon, week 1, he's in there. He's 27 touches and touchdowns and receptions. Week 2, can't find any room versus Dallas. So I feel good about it. I love Swift at 1 on the week. That's our call. That's my call. DeAndre Swift, top running back on the board. I'm excited to see Saquon Barkley. Hopefully he can get you loose on Dallas a little bit. I got some Saquon, not too loose, but get a little loose on the Dallas Cowboys. Did you hear the interview with Austin Eckler and Aaron Jones with Matt Harmon the other day? And Aaron Jones and Eckler were like, yo, we're trying. We want to score for fantasy managers. Like, Aaron Jones is like, bruh, they didn't give me the ball in week 1. Like, I'm trying. Like, it was just an interesting dialogue between Matt Harmon sitting there just listening, and Eckler and Austin and Aaron Jones are just talking about, like, oh, we know we want to score. We want to help out these fantasy managers. And then Aaron Jones is like, fantasy gamers forget defensive guys get paid a lot of money too to stop us. Like, it's not just offense on thin air, right? It's defense is getting played a lot too. It was just an interesting piece, man. But there go our top 12 projected running backs on the week. No Travis Etienne in here. Yes, Antonio Gibson is a top 10 running back for this week. 100%. How could you fade Antonio Gibson right now, man? He's getting the opportunity. I know he didn't have a ton of rushing yards last week, but he's the guy, right? We saw McKissick get a little more involved, right? Maybe they try to integrate him a little more in the passing game. That's where we really want to see Gibson get that ball. Throw it to him, man. Throw him the damn ball, man. All right, those are the top 12 running backs. Let's go to wide receivers 25 through 36. Jay, let's look at our top 36. Somebody said, was Darrell Henderson in there? No. Where was Hendo?
No, he was pretty far. He was actually right at 25. So
he's at 25, so he just missed the cut. Yeah. He just missed the cut. Big Hendo just missed the cut. All right. Our wide receivers 36 through 25. We got Brandon Cooks, Corey Davis, T. Higgins. Here go the people pissed off. T. Higgins at 34. Hollywood Brown, Curtis Samuel, Jacoby Myers, Shoddy B, Deontay Johnson in his 11.62 points. How many did Deontay score last night? I think he had right at 12. I think Deontay had
he would have been at like 16. He was 8 for 86.
Okay, he had 8. Okay, I thought last I saw he had 6 for 63. So he ended up getting some garbage time in that final drive.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett, Juju Smith-Schuster, Terry McLaurin, and Keenan Allen at 25. Talk to me, Jay. What's up? Somebody said 16 and 4 PPR for Deontay.
Yeah, so Keenan obviously is the guy that you're looking at like, man, I don't know. How much do they really need him? I will quickly go through the notable omissions. Elijah Moore is not in here. Drake London, we both expect to be in the list, and he's not. CeeDee Lamb didn't quite make the list either. Then you got obviously Jerry Jeudy not in, Brandon Ayuk, Michael Thomas
this year. CeeDee has been.
Michael Thomas against Carolina, 50. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I think the biggest guy that I will probably rise is Curtis Samuel. You know, like as much as I don't think he should be projected for like 15 points, he's been playing so well, getting, double-digit targets every week. I think he's a world where he has a lot of upside here. You look at Juju, and I'm like, I want to believe in Juju. Not quite seeing it. Rashad Bateman, everyone's like, he's got to be higher. But again, people need to understand the efficiency for Rashad Bateman has been insane. Is he going to continue this week? We'll see. Outside of that, though, Ray, I kind of like the list. Terry McLaurin, we don't know what to expect from him. We expect a lot, but he's not getting the volume versus compared to Curtis Samuel. Brandon Cooks, though, up against Chicago this week. Could this be the week that Brandon Cooks finally gets loose for like 100 and touchdown?
Could be, man. And I think people got to understand, like, these ain't the names, but what has CD done this year? Like, and you're still going to start him. Like, here's the thing. You drafted him high, you're still going to start him. But damn, I took an over 1,200 yards for CD Lamb on the season, a futures bet. And I was looking at like the little progress bar, and it's like 29 yards. And I kept refreshing it. And I'm like, go look up how many yards CD has on the season for me. I need to make sure that this thing is not off. Tell me,
it's gotta be like 100.
It's not 100. There's no way CD has 100 yards on the season. I'm telling you,
he's got 100. He's got 104.
104 yards on this.
He had 75 last game, but he only had 29 game one.
20, yeah, that's what it was. 29 in game one. 29 in game one, 75.
Yeah.
CD should be in here, man, but that motherfucker got to get
22
it together,
targets,
baby.
though. 22 targets.
He's got the targets. He's just not converting. Yeah. It's Cooper Rush. It's a little bit of shitty Dak Prescott in week one. The targets are there, man, but come on,
but I mean, Ray, realistically, you would take 7 for 75 for CD this week against the Giants. Like 11 targets, 7. If he gives you the same thing, you should be happy because when Dak went down, that's 14 points, 14 and a half points. What's he projected for? Like 10, right? Like I think you take it.
All right, let's go 13 through 24. And we got Amari Cooper, man. Highlighted Amari. He had a big game last night. Had him at wide receiver 13.
Yes,
that looks good. There goes Cooks again. So you got Cooks in here twice. Corey Davis. Okay, hold on, Jay. I think you messed up the list. Look at this, Jay.
I messed up the list?
You fucking messed up the list. I thought something looked off. There we go. You messed up the list, Jay. Come on.
Oh, I did mess up the list.
You did.
Oh,
you 100%
man. Here we
messed
go.
up the list.
All right, let me give you the list.
Every week, y'all. This dude
it
has
was
one
late,
job.
okay?
He has one job.
It was late.
He has one job. Jay,
the
you
list
have
is
one.
I know.
It's all you because you fucked this up. This is Jay Rich.
All right. So, back to the 24 through 36. It was Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin, Juju Smith-Schuster, Jarvis Landry, Nelson Aguilar, yuck, Adam Thielen, Cortland Sutton, DK Metcalf, DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson, CeeDee Lamb, and Sterling Shepard. That's your
you continue to go. You've screwed this up. Now let's go.
So, okay. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we like. Adam Thielen could be in tune for a big game. I think finally they will get him the ball. Nelson Aguilar against Baltimore. No, thank you. DK Metcalf, though, against Atlanta, I think we could see a breakout game from DK, so definitely look out for that. Garrett Wilson versus Cincy. That's a tough one for me, Ray, because him versus Elijah Moore is going to be a very contentious issue.
Don't rate me. I am on mute.
I know you're on mute. You're not on mute, but it's Drake London needs to be in the 36. He's not there, but he's going to get there this week. I believe in him. He has another good matchup against the Seahawks. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Go to the 24 now. Go back to the 24. I think we're good. I think we got it. I think we got it handled. You there? You there? There you go. Amari Cooper, Mike Williams, Gabe Davis up there. Just, I don't know. Tyler Lockett, Deontay Johnson, Rashad Bateman, Jacoby Myers, Curtis Samuel, Marquise Hollywood Brown, T. Higgins, Corey Davis, and Brandon Cooks at 24. Ray, where are you at with these guys?
Where are you at with them?
I don't like Tyler Lockett being that high. I think the matchup is good, but I mean, DK is all the way down at 33. Lockett's at 16. It's only a difference of 3 points, but I am not there. I am just not there. I think the biggest problem for me is that I want to believe in Hollywood, but he just hasn't been good enough. And is he going to get it done against the Rams this week? Like, do you think that Hollywood's going to get like 11 targets, score a touchdown, all this stuff? Like, I'm not there. And Corey Davis is the other one. He scored that massive touchdown. 13 points, though. Top 24. I think he's going to be outside the 24 personally.
Corey Davis has been good in back-to-back weeks, and if the Jets are in a negative game script again versus the Cincinnati Bengals, which I expect Cincinnati to I expect them to just run all over him, pass all over him. They don't have a secondary. They don't have a good pass rush, and when Joe Burrow has time, he can just pick you apart, right? So I expect the Bengals to just smash them, which would put the Jets in a situation where they're forced to just throw the ball. And then Joe Flacco, for as old as he is, can still sling the ball all over the field. I don't mind Corey Davis inside the top 24. We only got him projected for 13 fantasy points, which is about right for Corey Davis. He goes out there and catches 5, gets a a long pass, the 60 yards. He's right there at 11, and maybe a couple of additional passes in there. I don't mind Corey Davis inside the top 24. Curtis Samuel is the one where I saw it and I'm like, no way. And then you start looking at what he's done so far this season. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been pretty
He's been
good for the
so good.
Commanders. I see Mike Anderson saying Corey Davis is legit. Corey Davis is like in his role, he's a good complementary piece, right? He's no one. They paid him to be a one. They said this isn't going to work. Let's go find some other receivers. But in his role, he's been really good as that second, third option for Joe Flacco. He's a big body. People aren't paying attention to him. So I don't hate it. 13 points for Curtis Samuel. Jacoby Myers playing really good football as well, getting tons of
Lots of
targets from
targets.
Mac Jones. Shoddy B, Rashad Bateman here, Lamar Jackson's top target. There goes Deontay. He had 16, and we had him projected for 14. So feel really good about that. I see a lot of people saying Gabe Davis. Yeah, if Gabe Davis doesn't play, he's not going to be here, right? If he doesn't play, he's not here. But you're talking about one of the fastest paced offenses in the NFL. They're going to score a ton of
Yeah.
points, so there's going to be opportunity for Gabriel Davis to do his damn thing. And then I felt good about having Amari Cooper here at 13, even though he vastly outperformed his projections of 14.8 points. Having him damn near as a top 12 wide receiver makes me feel good about the process. So let's dive into the top 12 wide receivers. Here we go. Jalen Waddle at 12, A.J. Brown at 11. If Michael Pittman Jr. plays, there he is right there at 10. Christian Kirk, an unusual suspect, but the targets are there, the yards are there, and the involvement has been there from week one. That's why they paid the man. Deebo Samuel reunited with Jimmy Garoppolo at 8. Jamar Chase at wide receiver 7, projected for 19.27 points. I think he'll score a little bit more than that versus the Jets. Tay Adams getting right after his 2-reception week last week. Ty Freak up here at 5 at 22 points. Stephon Diggs, you cannot keep Diggs down. Amon-Ra St. Brown at wide receiver 3 on the week. Justin Jefferson at 2. And there's only one wide receiver 1, and that is Cooper Kupp. We know this. That is what he does. That is what he is. He is the one every single week. Just pencil him in for 10 receptions and 100 yards and a touchdown every single week. Those are his projections. 10 for 100 plus and 1 with upside. Talk to me about the top 10.
So, I mean, Christian Kirk just feels like that picture that you see people use in memes of the clown with all the military members. Not that he doesn't deserve to be there, but it's just you don't picture him as that one, but he's playing like it, right? And he's got touchdown upside. Like I'm curious what you think of this comp. I was talking to some of the patrons in the Heisman chat, and he reminds me of kind of like a slightly more explosive version of prime Jarvis Landry when he was on the Dolphins and they were terrible, but he was getting a ton of targets. But the rest of the guys, man, like I don't know how these guys are going to fall out. People could say Jalen Waddle because he's not the one, but I'm pretty sure between him and Tyreek Hill, they have like a 65% target share.
Insane.
So they are both going to be just fine. AJ Brown as the one, maybe he falls off a little bit because again, they may not need him that much in this matchup against Washington. But we'll see.
I don't think so. I think they're going to need him. Washington can score. You can say what you want about their defense, but Washington can score. They're going to need. It's going to be a nice affair, and I bet you if you look at the total for that game, it's probably up there close to 50 as well.
Who do you think is going to be wide receiver 1 this week? Are you all in on Kupp?
Cooper Kupp.
It's because you can make the case for Jefferson, right? You can make the case for Jefferson against Detroit. You can make the case for your boy Amon-Ra in a really good game script, and then obviously Diggs, who was I'm pretty sure he was wide receiver 1 last week with his 3 touchdowns.
I'm pretty sure.
I think all those guys got a shot as
any language, German, Spanish, French. Whatever language, Cooper Kupp's name is still the same. Cooper Kupp, wide receiver 1. It's Cooper Kupp.
Number 1 projected player on the week per the projection system.
Yes.
And I get it, man. He's fucking good.
Yeah, it's Cooper Kupp. And Amon-Ra is a name that is kind of an unusual suspect, but he's playing like an elite wide receiver right now. He is getting the targets, he's converting, and then those moments where he gets a carry here or there or two rush attempts, that's more opportunity to score points. And then this isn't factoring in any crazy bonuses you may have for first downs or long receptions or long run.
Yeah.
I love it. Again, versus the Minnesota Vikings, who were just throttled by Philadelphia. I love it, man. I love it. Those are the top 12 wide receivers. And yes, Cooper Kupp is the one. Could Diggs be ahead of him? Could he finish ahead? Sure. Find me some ranks that they just 1 through whatever are just boom, 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 boom. This is how it plays out, right? So, yeah, Cooper Kupp is the one. There's no more swear jar. I don't even care about that anymore. People don't want to hear it. Cover your ears. That's just how I talk. All right, where we at? Tight ends?
I guess I almost even make the graphic for it because I was like, tight ends.
I'm scared to put it up. Let's go. All right. Top 12 tight ends on. Oh my gosh, this just looks disgusting. Just
Mark
gross.
Andrews, number 1.
No,
Travis
wait
Kelce,
a minute.
Darren
no
Waller.
Kyle Pitts.
Why would Kyle Pitts be on the list? Do you want me to? I honestly don't even remember where he was. He even. He is tight end 18 on our projection system up against Seattle this week. 6.62 fantasy points, squeezed between OJ Howard and Noah Fant. That's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we're at. I keep trying to tell you, it's not looking good.
I knew this was coming.
It's not looking good.
You had me.
The matchup is good though.
This had me sad, man. This had me sad. Let's just talk through it. At 12, we got Tyler Conklin. At 11, Dalton Schultz, who's probably not going to play. And if he doesn't play, hopefully we can bump Pitts up, right? TJ Hawkinson, Logan Thomas, Gerald Everett, Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz at tight end 6. Pat Freiermuth at 5. Tyler Higbee, Darren Waller, Travis Kelce, and Mark Andrews. Nothing at the top. I'm fine. Kelce, Andrews, flip-flop on Waller, whatever.
Yep.
Tyler Higbee's getting the targets. Think 4 is a little high. The Muth didn't do anything last night. Did he?
Hey, don't disrespect him. He was second on the team in receiving yards.
Man.
Yeah, bet you didn't know that.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
But I did for Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert for sure.
Zach Ertz. I love it, man. He had 11 targets last week, and he's developing that same type of chemistry that he had with Kyler Murray last year after being traded midseason. Dallas Goedert, I would actually bump him up a little bit. Gerald Everett, I like it for Everett at 8. Logan Thomas seems to be getting the targets, right? He's miraculously healthy. TJ Hawkinson, no way. Ugh, I just don't like it. But 52-point over-under game. Maybe this is an opportunity for TJ Hawkinson to get more involved. We talk about Dalton Schultz. Probably not going to play. I know he didn't practice yesterday for Dallas, dealing with that knee injury. So Schultz probably not starting him. We'll know for sure probably today or, Sunday when the inactives drop. And Tyler Conklin. But yeah, Jay, the big omission, it sucks, man. Here's the thing. I still think you are, it's not even a thought. You're still starting him. You are still
starting. Do you want me to give you some hope? I can give you a little bit of hope.
You're still starting Kyle Pitts, right? Like, you're still starting.
Yeah, you have to. So to give you a little bit of hope, right? David Njoku was tight end 23 in our ranking or in the projection system.
Well,
and obviously he went out and smashed, right? Yeah. So maybe there's hope for Kyle Pitts after all. I'm just saying, Evan Ingram was also tight end 13. So if Schultz doesn't play, Ingram was the next guy.
Njoku to have a career night, man. He and
they made a lot of money off that.
They were looking at him, boom, 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 Njoku, and that's good. I can't wait for Watson to get back and utilize him. But no Kyle Pitts here. You're still starting him. It's just been an unfortunate start to the season for Kyle Pitts, for fantasy managers who drafted Kyle Pitts early, expecting that difference maker. I mean, I'm just asking you the question. People, I want to know, is this more early season trend, or do you think this is going to be the norm for Pitts moving forward, Jay?
Norm for the season or norm period?
Norm for the season.
Those are two different questions.
For the season.
I think it will be, yeah. Not necessarily the down weeks, but the up and down nature of his performances, right? We've seen that Drake London's been consistent. Kyle Pitts has been awful. Now, of course, we don't expect that all season, but I think we should expect ups and downs, right? He is, at best, a bottom 5 tight end, right? Or not bottom 5 in the league, but bottom 5 of the top 10. If you have a top 5, like he's not in the top 5, he's not consistent. He's one of those bottom 5 to 12 guys who can have top 5 weeks, can have top 10 weeks, but it's very inconsistent at times. And so I just don't think we can project him to be a top 5, top 6, maybe even top 7 tight end going forward. Like, would you put him ahead of Dallas Goedert every week?
I don't,
right
now, I don't think
you can do that.
Right now, I don't think so. I think I'm rolling with Goddard over Pitts. Like, if you had Goddard and Pitts, you've got to bench Pitts for Goddard. You have to.
Yeah. So where's that cutoff point? Just for fun, would you say it's Dalton Schultz? Because I think you'd start Pitts over TJ Hawkinson,
yes.
Probably over Logan Thomas, but Dalton Schultz is a guy that we would elevate probably a little bit in this list.
Healthy Dalton Schultz, maybe. Let me ask you
this. Healthy Dalton Schultz.
Right now, you got more faith in Gerald Everett or Kyle Pitts?
I think that question does come down to Keenan Allen a little bit. If
Okay.
Keenan Allen is in the lineup, I think that I would start Kyle Pitts. I think that's more reasonable. But if he's not, then definitely you have to start Gerald Everett for sure. But Gerald Everett has been heavily involved. I think just without Keenan, he gets a little bit more work. And I think if Keenan is back, him and Pitts could be more similar as far as range of outcomes are concerned.
Man, the chat is lighting up Arthur Smith, man. And our
Yeah.
girl Joe is saying, all right, so who is it? Is it can't be Drake is bad for Pitts, Arthur Smith is bad for Pitts. Everyone's bad for Pitts. What about Pitts? Everyone is it's everybody else's problem but Pitts, right? It's Mariota, it's Drake London, it's Arthur Smith. I'm just asking. Like, I mean, damn, man. This is 2 years in a row. He's been a little. He had a great season last year. This is my guy. Me and Ryan Lopes were saying Kyle Pitts 101 in the rookie drafts. This is our guy. But I mean, it's everyone's fault but him.
The biggest thing is I wish I could credit him because I think it was Mike Clay who talked about it and he watched the full game talking about was Pitts the first read, right?
Yeah.
And is he actually getting open? And it seems like it's a bit of both. He's not a first read on too many plays and he's not necessarily getting open when he is. And so I think part of the reason why Pitts is a tough projection a lot of times is like he's still facing guys that are probably a little bit more talented than he should be going against, right? Like as talented as he is, teams aren't afraid to throw a cornerback on him. They're not afraid to throw a very talented coverage safety on him. They're not putting linebackers on him because they know that he's going to beat them. And I think that makes Kyle Pitts' job a lot more difficult. When you're a guy who plays, I think what was he playing, like 80% of his snaps out wide last season?
Yeah, 80%, yeah.
So at that point, they know like you're not out there to block. So why would they have a linebacker on you? Why would they have a linebacker on you in coverage? I think that makes his job more difficult. You look at Drake London, a guy who's used to beating cornerbacks, now not necessarily NFL caliber cornerbacks, but he showed his ability in college in the Pac-12, and it's obviously playing out now in the NFL. So we shouldn't be that surprised. That Pitts projection when he was solo obviously got all the work without Calvin Ridley. Now there's someone else in town who's getting that work, and he's not even getting looks, which sucks. But I don't know if it's really going to change that much. But against Seattle, he has no excuses. Like, this is a team that can be beat, and he should be able to beat them. And I hope he gets involved.
So are we going to need a coaching? This season, this is what we just got to expect, right? It's going to be volatile because the same way he went for broke week 1 and week 2, he could blow up this week. But looks like you're going to be a little frustrated. And I agree. I saw somebody, I think it was Joe, who said Ertz, Andrews, Kelsey, and she had somebody else in there as like the top 4.
At least Waller.
Andrews,
at least Waller, right?
Or yeah. Goddard. You want those guys over Kyle Pitts. I wholeheartedly agree. So there we go. Most people, they just give you their ranks and they shut up. They just posted. We got to engage with y'all a little bit. Some we like, some y'all don't like, some we don't like, some y'all like. So just how we do things, right? We like to engage with y'all, and man, we're not saying we're the best here, but damn, this is what our model said.
No,
like,
damn it, we're the best. We're the
I
best.
don't know about that, but we know what we're talking about when it comes to football. But there go the ranks. So we went through quarterbacks, top 12 quarterbacks, top 12 tight ends. Not going any deeper than that. If you're diving in the deep dive, I guess you can go get Kyle Pitts outside
your
the
boy,
top 12.
Hayden Hurst.
Hayden
14.
Hurst. I'm a big
looking
Hayden
good
Hurst
against
fan.
the Jets.
I like Hayden Hurst this week. I like Hayden Hurst every week, honestly, versus the Jets. I really think this is going to be a get-right game for Cincinnati, man. I think they're going to throw the ball all over the field.
Bro,
Sauce
imagine
Gardner,
if they don't.
I don't know if Sauce is
Imagine
in
if
or
they
out. I know he
don't.
got hurt last week, came back in.
That's a good question.
No Sauce Gardner. Wheels up Jamar Chase and T. Higgins for sure, man. But let's get to some dynasty news, man. No problem, James. No problem. Ranks are a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work, and what we like to do is just talk through it. Like, we're transparent with our shit. Let's talk through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's answer these super chats real quick, man. Let's answer these super chats real quick. Here we go. Brandon, rarely up this early, but appreciate it. Ray and Jay for this content. Wish me luck in Vegas. Appreciate you tapping in, Brandon, and good luck
Thank you, Brandon.
in my hometown, Las Vegas. Go Raiders, baby. Go Raiders. Here we go. James Connor is in the building. James Connor, J. O'Connor is in the building. Sell my 23 first, 7 through 10 for DJ Moore.
Oh, man. Ray. Oh, man. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it, man.
Yeah,
DJ Moore is tough.
I'd rather DJ Moore than that.
Stuck in Carolina
in that
forever.
7 to 10 range right now. If you got to make the pick, let's assume super flex, PPR, nothing crazy, no tight end premium. You're looking at Will Levis. you're looking at Zach Evans, Sean Tucker, Jordan Addison, Keyshawn Butte, maybe
Probably, yeah.
JSN, maybe
Yeah, maybe.
Richardson if he declares, which I don't think he does.
He declares.
I'd take DJ Moore over all of them, right? You tell me that
12
7
targets, 6 receptions, 86
I know,
yards,
man.
1
I
touchdown.
know.
Consistent. Dude's got the same amount of work both weeks, but he did score last week. That's the only difference.
Oh man, Barry said give me the first. First. I'm taking Moore too, James. I think I'm still taking DJ Moore, but it made me pause for a minute. Steven said,
That's tough.
Dynasty, what do you give up for Pitts in a rebuild?
I don't even want to buy Pitts. Like,
Man,
Ray,
it's gonna be
is the
too
price
high
has the price
still.
gone down?
Nah,
Has-
man.
No,
People
I ain't
still
gone
want like
down.
3
Like,
first for him. Maybe people still want ridiculous prices for him, and I'm not paying that for him.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'd
No.
rather go get Mark Andrews, even in a rebuild. I'm not
Mark
paying,
Andrews is probably cheaper.
I'm
Straight
not
up.
paying 3
He's-
first-round picks for Kyle Pitts, man. Like I can't.
In some
do
leagues,
that.
Mark Andrews is probably cheaper,
Yeah.
which is just
Somebody
insane.
said, "Give me more. Don't trust the picks." I get it. I get it. That was a tough question. That was a good one. All right, Dynasty. Y'all are talking Dynasty. You want more Dynasty news, so we're gonna give you more Dynasty fantasy football content. This is somebody who's an addition, who's gonna be a key cog to the DD umbrella, to
Machine.
the DD machine that we are building. Because right now on our podcast channel, Jay, we do not have like a signature Dynasty show. Like I look at my
We
guys,
do not.
the Podfather, Mind of Mansion. Like that's the signature show on Player Profiler, man. You watch them, you want to see who Matt Kelly's having on, right? Like a signature Dynasty show, Dynasty strategy, trade values, just hour plus content of straight Dynasty. And I reached out to this individual last week and we talked about it. And he's one of the sharpest, legitimately Dynasty minds in the game. Dynasty participates in high stakes leagues, winning them. He's built his own brand up from nothing to something. It's my brother from another mother. I love him. And this graphic just embodies who he is as a person.
Yes, it
wholeheartedly. It just embodies who he is.
This was not me, people. This is
not Jay
all
Rich.
him. This is
not
all him.
Jay Rich. But starting on Mondays, I don't know if it's going to be this coming Monday or the following Monday, but we've got a new host of the Destination Devy Dynasty podcast, one of the best in the game. Scott Connor is on the team, baby. Scott Connor is on the team. Woo! Dynasty and Chill. Make sure you tap out Scott Connor. We are excited as hell to get Scott on the team here at DD. He will be dropping a show and doing it his way. It's his show. Whatever he wants to do, however he wants to do it. Scott Connor partnering up with Destination Devy. Literally one of the best, the absolute best in the business. Rocking with the double D's, rocking with Destination Devy. Scott Connor, what's up, baby? Jay, how you feeling about this hire?
Bro, I told you, and I told Scott this when I congratulated him once the deal was done. Like, when you told me that there might be a possibility, I told you go get him. Like, Scott has been in our community, and they already love him in the Heisman chat and even in the other areas of the community. Like, this is just a hand-in-glove fit. We both love Scott. We think he's going to do an amazing job. Like, he's just the perfect guy to lead this ship. Absolutely.
It's going to start out, okay, so here's the thing. I told him all he has to do is a pod. Scott is a simple man. If you can't tell by the picture, Scott is a simple man. Scott is a simple man. You know what I'm saying? But if Scott wants to go on YouTube and do it, if y'all want Scott on YouTube, tell me right now. Scott, we want you on YouTube. He can record it. We will put it on YouTube. His theory, his process.
Leave it in the comments.
Leave it in the
for
comments.
The algorithm.
Comment if Scott sees enough of y'all say, please bring the content to YouTube. It will be on YouTube. But what I told him is all he's got to do is audio. So podcast feed. Make sure you subscribe to the Destination Devy podcast feed. But if you want Scott to record himself and talk through it on YouTube, let us know. I'm sure we can. The ink is still wet. I could go smudge it off and then we could switch it. So. Let us know in the comments. Joe wants it live. Joe's all about that live YouTube life. We can do it, man. If Scott wants to do it, damn it, bring him on live. I don't care, man. He's going to have his headphones on with the microphone and using GroupMe. But we can do it live if Scott wants to do it live. But we appreciate y'all tapping in this week to the content. I'm excited for this weekend of football, man. College football, we got some good games on this Saturday. Sunday, I am going to be doing a mid-evening reaction show, so make sure you come back on Sunday in between, after like the afternoon games or towards the end of the afternoon games, before the Sunday night football game. I'll be on live, and we're just going to be talking about like instant takeaways from the NFL. So come back to the channel live on Sunday afternoon. I don't know what time it will be, Jay, but we'll put it all in.
I think we talked about around
like
6:30 Eastern. Yeah,
6:30 Eastern time, 5:30 my time.
Just
we'll go
7
live.
about, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that. So
5:30 RST, baby.
Yes, there we go. Wait, what is RST?
Ray Standard Time, for people who aren't aware.
If I say the show's gonna start at 5:30, it'll start at 5:33 CP time, man. But we appreciate y'all tapping in. We love y'all. Hit the like button, subscribe for the content. More stuff, more gas, more people, more announcements, more love, more life, man. Y'all enjoy yourselves this Friday. Have a good one. Enjoy your weekend. Make sure you wake y'all ass up with Ray G on Monday or Sunday afternoon. We out of this thing. Peace.
Peace.